How's the feeling in the squad after that derby win, Ryan?
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, it's a derby win, and obviously it means a lot to the city. Well, half of the city. But it was a round for us. You know, we've got 10 more rounds. I think it is. Is it round 18 next? I think 10 more rounds until the end of the year. So it was a round, and we're in the correct area of the table that we'd like to be. And obviously it was 2 points to go towards to our tally. We need to keep that tally ticking over. So yeah, we're glad we got the job done, and to reward our fans who we know come out and support us so well. So it was good to play for them.
You've been at this club for 4 seasons now. How's the derby changed for you and what it means to you personally over those seasons?
I don't think it's changed too much. It's always going to be what it is. Like I just said, the city get behind it. From both halves. They want it just as much as we do. I think I've won the majority of the derbies now, so I'm quite happy with that. We're pleased with that stat, and it's quite nice to go out on high. But yeah, so I don't think it's changed too much. It's always going to be a fierce game, and I'm actually eager to watch it again next year.
Yeah, completely different perspective again for you, having played in so many. You now get to watch it from the outside. You said that it was a step closer to that high league position. You're sat joint second at the moment. How do you think the squad is compared with 10 games to go this season compared to last year?
Well, the squad, it's healthy in it. I don't really like comparing too much to last year because we did what we did last year, but we're in a healthy position. I think we haven't. Well, I'm touching wood here. We haven't had too many, bad injuries and long-term injuries, but we have had the odd few along the way. But I think the squad's pretty healthy, which is credit to the team behind that builds that squad, and keeping us healthy and eager in training, competing for places, and that's why we compete hard on the field, because we do it hard in training.
How much of an advantage would finishing second be when it comes to the playoffs? Well,
yeah, because if you look at our record, I know we are trying to change this perception and the actual stats that go along with it as well. But if you look at the games that we play at Hull KR, Craven Park, we do better at home, and that second position in the league, I think that gives us a home tie, which is if you're looking down the stats basis, it's worth quite a lot to us. Like I say, we are trying to change the way that we do approach the away games, or not approach them, but to get results in the away games, starting this week with Leeds.
Is the fact that your home form's a lot better than your away form literally just down to the fact that you've got such good home support, or do you think there's any other factors in it?
Yeah, if I knew that answer, we'd have solved it a long time ago. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just it's just how it's happened so far. Obviously, we have got great support at home at Craven Park, and we do get a feeling when we walk into the ground that we're in familiar territory, and we know how to play here, and we do it pretty well. We just need to get that and box it up and take it away with us.
Of course, you're also walking onto familiar territory this weekend. I know you've played there plenty of times as a Robin over these seasons, but given that you're now going there, knowing that you'll be returning as a player next season, do you think it'll feel slightly different?
Well, I did all the thinking about moving on earlier on the season, when I had to. Now that decision's been made and that's been done, I put it to bed because I'm contracted at Hull KR this year and I've got a job to do for Hull KR. I don't want to get the most out of it that I can, so I've parked all the stuff about going to Leeds, because that's very much next year. I've got a job to do this year, and I need to do that to the best of my ability to give the team my all, really. So I'm concentrating on doing that. But as it turns, we're playing Leeds. It's like you say, it is familiar for me, but it's just a game that I'm really concentrating on going to try to win.
Because you still live over that way, don't you?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I do.
In terms of travelling to this game, do you just go straight to the ground?
Yeah.
Do you come to Hull and then go there?
I don't know the fine details yet, but I won't be coming to Hull to go back. I'll be either going straight to the ground or meeting somewhere in Leeds to jump on a bus. But yeah, it's a short journey.
Do you have a difference in your game, or do you notice a difference to your game with that sort of short commute to a match rather than a hour and something on the bus?
No, there's no bearing for me. No.
No, okay, that's fairly simple then. Do you miss out on the team element though of all travelling to that away game together?
I'm quite. I keep myself to myself anyway on the team bus. So when we do play, a Lancashire team and go over that way, I'll sit by myself with my headphones on. So like I say, it has no bearing on that for me.
Yeah, it's either a few minutes or an hour. You don't really notice.
Yeah.
No, cool. That's everything from me then, Ryan. I'll pass you over to the guys. But good luck this weekend.
Cheers. Thank you.
Hi, Ryan.
How are we doing? All right.
Yeah, good sir. I won't keep you long. I realise what you just said about Leeds, but you don't yet know who you'll be working under next year. How are you feeling about the uncertainty of that coaching situation at Leeds?
Like I say, I have got one eye on that. I know I'm concentrating on playing for Hull KR, but I think anyone who comes in, I think I'll get on with. Well, I'll try and get on with anyway. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like it happened here when Tony left here. I didn't know who was the coach was going to be, and it turned out we got Willie Peters, who I seem to get along with. So it's just in the same scenario, but I'm just not yet at that club. I know they've got the Brad Arthur till the end of the year, and they don't really know what's happening after that. But yeah, it'll get done whenever it gets done, and I'll take note when I need to.
Yeah, so the change of coach doesn't change anything from your point of view. It was just a case of signing for the club rather than any one individual.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Knowing the club like you do, are you expecting a different kind of feel to Headingley in their first game under Brad Arthur?
We think that we'll come out a bit more energised. Speaking within our group, we expect a bit of a reaction, as you do. For whatever reason that is, when a team goes through a bit of a change, they get a bit of a reaction. So we're expecting something, at the start of the game, or for long periods of the game. So we are preparing the best, for the best version of Leeds. They have been good this year. They've probably not done it consistently, and that's probably been their story for the last couple of years about consistency. But we know they can do it in spells. So if they can piece it together for 80 minutes, they're a hard team to handle.
And I guess you saw that in that last, not the last home game, but that recent game against Lee at Headingley, when it all comes together, the crowd are behind them. That's what they're capable of. So you have to be at your best.
Yes, certainly. They had a lot going on in that game. With the tribute to Rob. So that's what emotion can trigger. You can deliver that sort of things, because if you're being honest, I didn't expect Leeds to win that game, given the form of the teams in the competition. I expected Lee had just won away at Catalan, hadn't they? So that's not an easy thing to do. So I thought Lee would have gone with their tails up and tried obviously to come away with the 2 points. They will have tried, obviously, but for Leeds to perform like they did on the day, obviously, like I said before, it shows what emotion can do and a bit of a reaction can do. So we are preparing, like I say, for the best version of Leeds.
Yeah, and just to pick up what you said earlier about your home form, your away form, you've obviously not played too many games in Lancashire this season, but you've still got to go to Warrington, Leeds, St Helens, Wigan, I think. How big will those games be psychologically for the back end of the year? Well,
yeah, it's, we've got to go over there and perform. If we want to be where we are on the table and finish where we are on the table, we've got to go do it over there in their backyard. And we've addressed it. We've talked about it as a group. Obviously, we haven't had the chance to go and play there, too often, like you just said. But we know it's conscious, on our minds, that we need to go perform away.
Yeah, good stuff. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you very much, and enjoy the day Saturday.
Cheers, thank you.
Hi Ryan, you alright?
Yeah, yeah.
You mentioned before about how the derby's changed over your 4 years at the club. How has the club changed over your 4 years at the club?
Well, I said the derby's not changed too much.
Oh, right, yeah. Well,
the club has changed, obviously. Personnel, and I think the standards and the professionalism of the club's gone through the roof. Obviously, I know that because I've been here, and you can kind of see that a little bit on the league. I think they won 2 or 3 games the year before I came, and I think standards were all over the place. I know the world was a bit topsy-turvy at that time, but the standards were all over the place. But now we've got some real stability there, and things off the field are really improving here, and improved, and I don't know where else they can go, because they've done so much in some areas. So it's really pleasing to see, and really pleasing to be a part of a group and a team when it comes together like that.
And does that progression come from players, from coaching staff, from off-field staff, or from everyone together?
It's got to be for everyone together. I know, and the first year I came, we produced pretty good stuff at times on the field. We qualified for the playoffs in for the first time in a while in the club's history. So that was a good one, and that and then things happened alongside that as well. It's not just one comes first and then everyone else follow. It's things happened that year to what got put in place for us to do what we did on the field, and then the year after that, the things behind the scenes were still there and improving. But the club the squad went through the worst injury crisis like I've ever been a part of anyway. So we ended up playing the last game of the year with only 16 players. So that's probably why we didn't achieve playoff status in that year. But since then, since Willie's come in, we finished where we finished last year, and we're in a good position this year. I'm not taking anything for granted, but we are in a good position, and that's what we're aiming for.
And you mentioned before about the home and away thing. I mean, is there anything that can be put in place to help you on the longer trips away from home, or is it purely just an attitude thing among the individual players?
We've tried different things, if we're being honest. We've tried different approaches, or try to stay overnight somewhere, or just travel on the day. And it's not. You can look too much into that. It's not about that. It's about what you do on the field. It's about 80 minutes. It's just prepare the best you can as a player. Whatever travel you're doing, if it's night before or day of the game, whatever it is, just do it. And then as soon as your boots are on, you're on and you're ready to play. It's just, like I say, it's a mentality thing. It's because we know we're good enough. We've shown it when we're here. We know we're good enough, so we just need to do it away as well.
And just lastly, to broaden it out a bit, and you'll be up against one in Ashambley on Saturday. Are you happy the way the English wingers have developed? The fact there's more of them of that calibre, the calibre that you've got, there's more wingers of that calibre available for selection for England?
Yeah, certainly. Normally when a coach leaves a team, they always say the strapline, I left it in a better place than I found it. Yeah. Similar for me in that the England setup really. I'll never retire from England, but I don't know if I'll play again. Due to the fact that what you just said there, the calibre of players and the number of them as well. So it's really pleasing. I think I've left it in a better position when I found it.
You have, definitely. Well, let's face it, that at Melbourne it was a trial.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, there's a bit scratching my memory bank here, but I remember. I remember not celebrating because there was a bit going in it, because I couldn't see the ball, didn't know if I'd knocked it dead or I'd scored a try, and there was a minute left on the clock. And if I got up celebrating, thinking I'd scored, and all I'd done is knock it dead, all I'd do is, because we had a potential goal line dropout, all I'd have done was give Australia the ball, and that would have been done completely. So I thought, best not celebrate too much here, because at least we get the ball back. But I should have done. In retrospect, I should have jumped up and down like an idiot, but never mind.
Just one last one on the wingers, I think. Is perhaps one of the more pleasing things that it's like there's different types of wingers available for England as well, like you're sort of a stronger winger, whereas it's not out pace merchants, along with the strong ones, along with the positional ones.
Yeah, you need a mix of everything in the team. You can't just have the same build, all the way across. That's what makes rugby league interesting. You get different characters, and everyone can play, pretty much. Going back to grassroots level, everyone's got a place in rugby league. And it's certainly, if you narrow it down to wingers, everyone's got a place if you do it right. And it keeps you on your toes as well. You play through the rounds in Super League, and you play against these different types. So it keeps you nimble as well. Yeah.
Cheers, Ryan. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Thank you.